listening to the Intestinal Fortitude Podcast Network. The Wrestling Show.
All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the Wrestling Show. This will be our first episode ever up on the Intestinal Fortitude Podcast Network. And tonight, the Trios champions, the Freebirds, what else? Who else is Trios champions, guys?
That's only people I Road Warriors, Dusty Rhodes,
the Shield,
Demolition.
Well, they ain't had trios champions back then.
But they were trios.
Yeah,
They should have trios champions again.
They're going to.
AEW about to have it
eventually.
soon.
Yeah.
That'd be badass. So, welcome back to the Wrestling Show, guys. This is our first time on this podcast network, so it's just us three fucking morons talking about wrestling, like a bunch of nerds.
Let me tell you something, brother.
So yeah, we're fresh off the heels of the last AEW pay-per-view Revolution, which was what
Sunday,
yeah. We're recording on a Thursday here, and then we watched the follow-up, which was Dynamite last night,
and it was Dynamite.
Yep,
Dynamite.
And I made a mistake of watching Monday Night Raw in the hospital.
Oh, you had to watch something.
Yeah, that shit was fucking horrible. I don't see how people can pay to go see that shit. God damn.
Wait till WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Lamia. I watched the last pay-per-view you guys told me to, the
Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, and it was just like, I haven't watched WWE in about 2 years, and it was just like, it wasn't even that feeling of getting in contact with your old ex, and there was a little change. It was the same old shit.
Yep.
It's the same shit every week.
Yep.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. It just wasn't, I didn't like it.
I had no choice. I was watching it. I was like, damn. The only good match on Monday Night Raw that they had was that tag team match they had in the beginning of the show. Other than that, the rest of the shit was just a bunch of talking and garbage.
Yeah. So I watched the Elimination Chamber, and I'm well aware of why they kind of got Lashley out right away, because he's already injured. I mean, from the little that I did see, I'm just like, ugh. It was just no good.
Roman and Brock once again for the umpteenth time.
Yeah. I mean, I like Rome. I do like Roman's gimmick. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't know how stale that is, because again, that's the first time I've seen it in 2 years. And Brock's like kind of cowboy gimmick is pretty cool, I guess, because cowboys are popular again.
Do you want me to run down the results of the elimination?
Yeah. I'm gonna add.
Real quick.
Somebody wants to jump on to our show really quick. I'm gonna see if I can add him on, if that's okay.
Okay.
It's a surprise guest. That's what we do on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to add him on here as we speak. So I don't know if I can, though. Can I?
You should be able to.
Let's see. Let me copy this. So, give us the rundown, man.
All right. So yeah. Since he brought up Elimination Chamber, we had The Miz versus Mysterio. I think it was on the kickoff show, and Mysterio beat The Miz. I mean, does The Miz ever beat anybody?
Not really.
No, it wasn't even that great of a match. I mean, The Miz is who he is. Mysterio is who he is. Then we had the beginning of the show was the championship match because Roman Reigns once stated he either goes on first or last, and that's it because he's the champion. So they had that match of him against Goldberg, which didn't even last that long, thank God, because Goldberg's fucking
Old.
60 years old and really can't do too much anymore. Terrible match. I mean, Goldberg's Goldberg, and Roman Reigns caught him and I think he
Choked
choked
him
him out.
out.
Yeah, he choked him out. So
Did he do his Superman punch and spear?
Oh yeah, they both did spears. He did a Superman punch and he tried to do the jackhammer, but he couldn't do it. He got him in the guillotine as he was trying to do it.
Mhm.
And that was pretty much it. Hopefully that's the last match we ever see of Goldberg in WWE, but I doubt it. And then we got the ladies elimination chamber with Belair versus Morgan versus Doudrop versus Ripley versus ASH versus Alexa Bliss, her return to WWE after a long absence. And she returned and she hasn't been back since.
Yep.
I mean, this was when did this happen? February 19th, so we're almost a month later, and she hasn't been on TV again since.
Nope.
So doesn't look like she's going to be on before WrestleMania because I don't think they have any plans for her, which is kind of odd considering just not long ago they were
I'll tell
falling
you
all
what.
over themselves for her.
I tell you what. Watching that match, I mean, I know a lot of those ladies are old NXT ladies, but I like Rhea Ripley.
She's wasted over there though.
She's wasted.
Yeah.
We got the new and improved Nia Jax in Doudrop.
She is
Is
improved. Doudrop's a lot better in the ring than Nia Jax
well,
was.
Doudrop can actually wrestle,
Yeah.
and she's big. She's a big girl, and I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got a caller on the show, a special guest. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I am here. I'm here, gentlemen.
Who is this?
Well, I mean, you called me up. This is Vince McMahon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Motherfucker, fix your wrestling company.
Well, the thing you got wrong there first is it's we're not in the pro wrestling or the
Oh,
wrestling
that's right. Fix your entertainment company.
entertainment, and it is entertaining to some people out there.
Yeah.
To
May not be
8-year-olds.
3-year-old kids.
well, 8-year-olds buy a lot of things and can force people to buy a lot of things, and that's the yeah. So you may not understand it, but doing the best possibly can.
Yeah. You broke up a little bit there, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah,
Well,
Mr.
I'm
McMahon.
sorry. You decided to call me on a fucking Skype call instead of getting a hold of me through my corporate offices on a landline.
So, Vince, do you like how AEW is doing these days?
I don't like to talk about companies too much that don't really compete what we're doing over here, but I do support freely what billionaires want to blow their money on, whether or not it's successful or not, compared to what I do. So Tony Khan and the rest of the people over there doing that Southern style wrestling. If it works for them, it works for them. But that's not what we do here.
And it shows.
Well, I mean, gentlemen, you'll be ordering WrestleMania this year, right? I mean, I've got your support.
If we can stay awake.
Well, I mean, as long as you're paying for it,
I mean,
it doesn't really matter to me.
We not really paying for it. We getting it for free. Actually, Peacock is only like what, $4?
Yeah, and I'm streaming off of Willis's account. So there.
Oh, fair enough. First
If
time
you
I've
would have
ever
added
seen,
the other logo,
usually
the
it's
other
the opposite.
Paul brother, I
I'm
might.
right, Willis.
We need the other Paul brother. Then maybe I'll watch.
Yeah. Look, it's going to be an amazing WrestleMania. We've got the greatest main event of all time. It's Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Y'all done
And
did that shit 20 times already. God damn.
Yeah, but we never build it as the greatest main event of all time.
It's
what we're doing
stupendous.
So
It's
the greatest main
dynamite.
event.
Yeah, it's on a premium pay-per-view, Willis.
It's certainly. And we appreciate the fact that you guys are going to be watching it. All 3 days of WrestleMania. We're starting on Friday at 10 a.m. and going all the way till Sunday night, 11 o'clock. So we know that we'll eventually capture most of the audience that wants to watch these matches for as long as we put it on for. Eventually, somebody will.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Before you leave, can you do me one favor?
And what's that?
Can you fire Android Vision?
Fire Android Vision.
Yeah, Android
What?
virus. Can you fire him, please?
Android virus.
Yeah.
You're fired.
All right, thank you, Mr. McMahon, for being on
Have-
this show.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Thanks for coming on, Vince.
See you, bye. Oh man, that
Ooh,
was
you never know what's going to go on this show now.
you never know. Yeah.
Who did we have on last time? Was it Cornette?
Jim Cornette.
Yeah. I mean, you never know who you're going to have on this show.
I know these guests.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was an exhausting pay-per-view.
Yeah. So we got Elimination Chamber women's match. Pretty much Bianca Belair won the match, and you know what, guys? I'm all for BLM and all that stuff, but this woman is so overexposed now on the main roster. Her character is just dead to me. Like I can't stand her anymore.
What's her character? What's her gimmick now? Like, what is it?
Skipping to the ring and smiling and whipping her hair around.
She's always done that.
Her
exactly.
character is nothing but a hood chick now.
She should come out to Willow Smith's song. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. She loses the title like to Becky, and she comes skipping down the ring the next night with a big smile on her face. Like, come on, man. I can't stand it.
It seemed like they do that to. I hate to say this. It seemed like every black champion that they had in WWE that done in the last couple of years that lost their title in like a couple of seconds. After they lose the title, it seemed like they don't give a shit that they done lost the title the next day, which is ridiculous. And then everybody seems like on WWE, all the black people now are just stereotypes other than Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is the only black person on the show that's basically serious, and that's about it.
Yeah, so I mean, fucking New Day have been jokes for 10 years.
Yep.
It's like,
there's the stereotypes of what, like, yeah, I get what you're saying, man. It's kind of, I mean, WWE does that, and they do that with Mexican wrestlers, Hispanic wrestlers.
Yeah, remember they had them riding out on lawnmowers.
Yeah,
yeah, but it's like,
come on.
Yeah, I lie, I cheat, I steal. I'm gonna cut them on my lawnmower or my fucking lowrider. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny you bring that up, Will. It's just so I got kind of dogpiled on a Facebook post, and it so happened to be by a bunch of black dudes or a few black dudes and probably an angry white woman, but they're like, finally some black champions in AEW. And because Scorpio Sky won the TNT title last night, we'll get in more into that. And then they had a picture of Jade Cargill, and I'm like, and I just put up, I was like, I don't give a fuck if they're fucking purple. I don't give a shit what color they are. Fucking, if you're fucking work hard and you're fucking and if you're halfway decent talker and you're good in the ring and you're marketable, like, who gives a fuck what color you are?
Right.
And the dude goes, why don't you just say you're racist?
I know. Everything's racist now.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that? I was like, then he goes, he just went off on this tangent, and another guy went off on a tangent. I'm like, I can't. This is exhausting. Like,
it's not even worth it no more anymore.
It's not, man, and it's like, in my opinion, like I've always been raised, and I mean, I know this is not really do with wrestling, but like I've always been raised, you just fucking treat people like people, and if they're good people, they're good people. Don't matter, right?
Right.
And so it shouldn't matter, but all of a sudden it matters now, and I get the representation aspect of it, but there's been black wrestlers forever. There's been black champions forever. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I'm not saying forever, but I mean, since the '80s, we've always had really good. I grew up. We grew up with Coco Beware. We grew up with fucking. Man, I hated Butch Reed when I was a kid, but he was fucking hilarious. You
Right.
know, kissing his fucking biceps, this fucking blonde hair,
Mm-hmm.
the fucking Harlem Heat. All like, I liked them all. You know,
Yeah, and a lot of them wasn't.
Junkyard Dog.
Yeah, a lot
yeah,
of them wasn't stereotypes. They was just black people coming down the ring wrestling.
Yeah, Saba Simba.
Well, now that one, I they did Tony Atlas wrong with that one. They fucked him
Even the
wrong.
African Dream.
I like. What did I put? They said, somebody. What did you say? I was a stupid motherfucker for that one, Willis. When I put, somebody said, I put Akeem the African Dream as. I said white people during the halftime Super Bowl be like, and then I put a gif of Akeem the African Dream dancing. And Will was like, you're a dumb motherfucker for that one, bro.
Akeem the African Dream, that was a joke on black people. That was a dig on Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because Dusty, he kind of, yeah, we know all about that story.
Yeah.
So back to the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
We got off. I watched the women's. It was like, what are they doing with Nikki Ash? I used to love her. Remember on Sanity? That was
Oh,
so
Yeah.
she was great.
fucking Sanity was so awesome. Another group of guys that are no longer in the WWE. They dicked over.
Yeah.
So
They
many
could
people.
they could have been awesome. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. They're not marketable.
Yeah. So yeah, Belair wins the women's elimination chamber, and then she also went on to win the Royal Rumble. So they're pushing her like super hard right now. But I'm assuming she's gonna beat Becky at the WrestleMania, but I'm not so positive on that.
What's going on with Charlotte and Sasha and all them?
Well, the next match at Elimination Chamber was Rousey and Naomi versus Flair and Sonya Deville, and they of course made Ronda tie her hand behind her back because she said she would beat Sonya with one arm or some shit, and it ended up like the whole time she had her arm in the front of her. It was kind of stupid. She never had the arm behind her, so she was still able to use her hands here and there. She wrestled in a gi, which was kind of weird, but she never really did that before. But
and, and
it wasn't a good match.
and her
Well,
hand kept on falling out of the rope.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like it kept going to the front of her, and it was just stupid. And Rousey and Naomi ended up winning, but it wasn't a good match at all. Very clunky. Uh, then if we had Drew McIntyre against Madcap Moss, I mean everybody knows who won that match. Another
Mm.
one that it was good. McIntyre almost killed Madcap. He dropped him on his head, and it was fucking scary.
I seen the video of
I
that. That
saw
shit
that.
was scary.
Yeah, it was scary. He was lucky he didn't. I cringed watching it live. I was like, holy shit. Like he's lucky he didn't get any damage at all. He wasn't hurt at all. He fought the next night on Monday Night Raw. So then we got the Raw Championship match, women's match. Becky Lynch against Lita. Turned out to be a pretty decent match. Lita looked good for not wrestling in a long time, and she had those moments where you thought she was going to win, but you knew she wasn't going to. And
Right.
the crowd, like when she finished the match, she just waved to everybody, and they were giving her a hero's send off, and she actually was almost gone, and then the music started playing again, so she ran back to the ring and soaked in the cheers some more. So it was cool to see that she got the cheers, and they were in Saudi Arabia where they hate women, so
Right.
it was pretty cool that they acknowledged her as the legend that she is, and she is a legend. I mean, she did a lot for wrestling. And then we got the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Usos versus the Viking Raiders. Again, that one never even happened because the Usos attacked them before the match happened. They did it because they were running out of time or something, I guess. So they never even had the tag match.
So the Usos still champs?
Yeah, as of today, they still are. Yeah,
The bloodline.
and they've
Damn
beaten
it, the
they've beaten
bloodline.
everybody. So I don't know who they're gonna fight yet next, but they pretty much beat everybody. Now we got the chamber match of the men's: Lashley versus Lesnar versus Rollins versus Riddle versus Austin Theory versus AJ Styles. This match was pretty decent, and like you said earlier, Lashley was hurt, so to get him out of the match, they had Rollins powerbomb Theory into Lashley's pod, and the glass broke, and the glass and Theory landed on top of Lashley, and they pretended he hurt his shoulder, and they took him out. And a funny part of it, the pod, every 2 minutes, whatever, it goes to a pod and then lights up, and that person gets left out of into the match, and it landed on Lashley's pod. It was him and Lesnar were the only two left. It landed on Lashley's pod, which of course, you knew it was going to do that. And Lesnar's like, "Fuck that!" He punched and kicked his glass out and broke through, and then just ran in the ring and destroyed everybody. And he F5 Theory off the top of the chamber, which was pretty cool. One of the chamber pods, not the chamber itself, but he F5'd him off of that, which looked pretty cool. I mean, he landed on his feet, so he protected himself, but it was still pretty cool. But he took out everybody really quick, which kind of was shocking. He took out Rollins with the German slam or whatever at F5, and then he pinned him. He pinned AJ the same way. So he took everybody out with that, which is kind of weird. Because I mean, three top guys, and he took them out with one move. And then he took his time with Austin Theory and beat the shit out of him for a little bit. And then he won. So yeah, he won the championship back after he lost it like the pay-per-view before, which didn't make any sense. So that was it. It was a quick 2 hour and 45-minute pay-per-view, and usually they go a lot longer when they're in Saudi Arabia. But you imagine you got to fly all that way, like the Viking Raiders and the Usos, and you're like out there for 2 seconds.
I know, right? Wasted the
suck.
goddamn time.
So yeah, overall, it was another shitty WWE pay-per-view. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah, I kind of just screwed it. I don't know. I watched through it. I kind of skipped through it. It's just the same old shit, and which brings me into, I think this would be another good subject to talk to about. So let's kind of work a little bit reverse here. Let's talk about last night's Dynamite, which I do want to mention was a nice reset.
Yeah.
And it's good. I think we know Tony Khan's booking it. Maybe he's listening to some people behind the scenes. Who knows? But they did some resets last night, which was great. We needed it. We needed it to happen. I think next week, I'm hoping they seem to listen to their fans for the most part. And when I see like any of the message boards, whether it be like on Twitter, whether it be on Instagram or in any of the social medias, one of the big things is, and of course, obviously, you guys know I'm a huge mark for Thunder Rosa, but everybody who even, and I'm a fan of Britt Baker. Don't get me wrong, I like Britt Baker. She's great, but I want to miss her. She's to go away for a while. It's
And I think that's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, well, they're gonna either give her some major heel heat, if she wins in a steel cage in Thunder Rosa's hometown of San Antonio, or they're gonna give Thunder Rosa the title, which would be the smart thing to do, in my opinion. But the story build up to this feud has been very lackluster on AEW's part. I just don't care. As much as I like both women, they haven't done a good job at they have a little bit, but at bringing, they need more promos. They just need to draw a little bit more attention to it. I don't think they've done a good job at building up the match between these two, because if you notice during Revolution and during the match last night with Thunder Rosa, and who did she wrestle? Who's that?
Layla Hirsch.
Yeah, the crowd's kind of dead a little
Well, the
bit.
match was bad.
The match was bad. That's why.
This is, to me, this is 2 bad matches in a row for Layla Hirsch. So I don't know if it's her or her style or what, but that match that she had at Revolution, which we didn't talk about yet, with Statlander, wasn't very good either.
I didn't even get a chance to see that one.
I don't. And there's rumor or innuendo going around that Thunder Rosa's hurt, and that may be it too. Like, the match she had at the pay-per-view wasn't good either. It was good, but it wasn't typical Thunder Rosa good. And
Yeah,
Something wrong with her leg. I think.
I'm thinking she might be really hurt, and she's just trying to work through it because she doesn't want to, she doesn't want to lose her shot now. Like, it's her time, and she doesn't want to lose it. So I think she might be trying to work through whatever it is that's ailing her, and it's showing in her matches right now because you're so used to her being so good, and
yeah,
and she carries everybody to a good match. I mean, she's been, even these girls that she wrestles on Dark and stuff that she's training in her school, she makes them look like $1,000,000, and I think there just might be something wrong right now that she can't do it.
yeah. Something's going on. There's like the pep and the step isn't there with Thunder Rosa right now. Um, but
She
but
probably
also,
will get it back at the next show, just because she's in her hometown, and she probably. I think it's gonna be a whole different story once they had
yeah,
that match.
yeah. So it's one of those situations where, like, Brit's good. Brit can put on a good show. Brit can tell a story. She's a very hateable heel. But I also do feel like Brit isn't the best wrestler that they have there.
Yeah, she's
Um,
not there yet. She's good. She got a lot better than when she first started.
Right.
But yeah,
I
she is
mean,
not.
you got some women that are heads and tails above her. I mean, Deanna Peruzzo, shit, bro.
Jade Cargill. I mean, come on.
Well, you gotta think about Jade. She's only been wrestling for a year.
I know, Russ. I'm just being sarcastic.
I know.
Look,
She's good to look at, but
she is beautiful. She is a damn beautiful woman. And she has got the presence. She has got her mic skills aren't too bad, but she's got a presence about her, which I really like. Um, she does definitely need a lot of work in the ring, but it seems like they're talking that she's been working with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think that's a really good I mean, that's really somebody really good for her to work with. She's got a lot of potential. I actually threw up a dude. I got like a million, not a million, but I got so many retweets and likes that I put up. I made my own GIF of goddamn, I'm smiling Norman Smiley
Uh-huh.
doing his. Do you
The
guys
big
remember when he's
wiggle.
the big wiggle? But do you remember when he used to do his scoop power body slam?
Yeah.
We'd swing him around, scoop him, and then boom. I was
Yeah.
like, and so I put it up on Twitter, and I said, I'd like to see Jade Cargill do this. And man, I got so many fucking retweets and likes on that one. They're like, God damn. And they're like, and then everybody at that was just like, we all had a moment of appreciation for the big wiggle, man. Because he was so, I mean, look, I catch shit from Sean and his brother from back in the day. They used to get so mad at me when they're like, why are you watching this garbage? I would watch WCW towards the end, right? Right after they did their big reset, and they, and fucking Vince Russo took over, and
All that hot mess.
there's something about it that I liked. The Millionaires Club versus the New Blood, like, remember all that shit?
I ain't
And
see none of that shit. Once
you,
they did the finger poke of doom with Hogan and Nash, I totally stopped watching WCW altogether, because they got my $100 from me going to see that fucking bullshit ass Starcade with the damn cattle prod with the electrical tape on the front of the cattle prod, and then they had made the damn shocking noise in the arena to make it sound like that Goldberg actually got hit. Exactly what they did.
That was when I liked that version of Vince Russo came in, but dude, there was a time when the Big Wiggle was coming out, and he was dressing up like
Football gear and shit.
he
I
come out
seen
in
the
football
pictures of
gear.
that.
And did you see when he came out dressed up like Gene Simmons from Kiss?
I
Oh,
watched some videos of that shit the other day. I was dying laughing.
But he was such a damn good wrestler, man.
Yeah.
He was so innovative, and that's why he works at the NXT Performance Center.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a damn guy. That guy made me laugh so hard, and he was such a fucking like. He looked like, not that he looked like, but he was like he was like a Bill Cosby type of dad look to him, like from his head up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He looked like, just like this, like a Bill Cosby type of dad. Like, oh, he's just a nice dad. And then you look at his body and he's all buff and he's acting like an idiot. But anyways, that's my rant. But anyway, so Jade Cargill, great man. I again, their women's division, they got it there. It's just something's lacking, bro. I don't know what it is.
They need a better trainer, and I think they got the right person to walk in the door to help them get stuff better backstage in William Regal.
Yeah. So let's go into the 2022 AEW Revolution results. And I'll kind of go. We'll discuss a little bit, and I'll go match by match. And Nudie already started it off talking about Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander, and it was clunky.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hirsch tried to do a springboard, and it didn't go very good. It was a weird clunky match. There was no chemistry there. Yeah, and Hirsch got the pin. And
as she should have. She's new, fresh into her heel turn, so
yeah,
she needs to get on a good run.
Yeah,
But then again, she lost last night to Thunder Rosa.
Well, maybe
so.
they're. Yeah, and I mean, they should have had her wrestle somebody else, and they should have at least had Thunder Rosa like wrestle. I mean, I get that what they were doing, trying to lead it into a title match, but how about a grudge match? If put Thunder Rosa through the ringer and have her. Well, Rebel can't wrestle,
No.
but like
She could have fought the other one.
Yeah, Rebel can't wrestle,
Jamie
but
Hayter.
but Jamie Hayter, hey, Jamie Hayter loses, and then you show cracks into their little stable. You know what I mean? That's one thing they've showed cracks in their stable before, but they never followed up on it.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. So Layla Hirsch she defeats Chris Statlander. I think Chris Statlander deserves a little bit better, but whatever.
Well, she's starting to move away from her alien gimmick too, so I think it's just there's so many. That's the problem. The problem with AEW is there's so many people, and they all can't be in the top spot, and it's hard. Like you've been watching Statlander from the beginning of her career, really. I mean, nobody knew who she was till she went to AEW. Unless you're a guerrilla wrestling fan and watch all the independents of everything. But yeah, like she's popular. She's with the best friends, so she can take a few losses here and there and still I think come out of it all right.
Yeah, she'll be all right.
I mean, plus she got hit with a turnbuckle hook, so it's not like she just flat out got pinned and that was that. There was cheating involved, so makes it look better on her end.
So our next match, Hook versus QT Marshall, and we all knew who was going to win this one from the beginning, because Hook is red hot right now, or getting on his way to be red hot.
I'm sick of QT Marshall. I wish they would just get rid of. Or I wish he would just go away. Just be in the back. Him and his whole crew are just a waste of goddamn time.
They are poor guys.
Well, that's not fair though to Bailey's ex-boyfriend and Camarado. He's a beast. Like I'd like to
Who's
see
Bailey's
those,
ex-boyfriend?
Aaron Solo.
Solo.
Oh, is that her ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, she broke up with him before he even made it to AEW when she started to get really popular. Yeah, like I like those two. I think Colorado could be a beast somewhere down the line if they actually, made him into more instead of just a dark wrestler. And
And a jobber.
yeah, like he's huge. Like he could get over big. I think if they want to really use him. But again, there's so many people. Maybe these guys now that they bought Ring of Honor, maybe these guys will, go down to Ring of Honor and really get hone their skills there and get into made into big time, and then come back up and do some damage a year or two down the line.
So for me, this match, very predictable spots, very telegraphed moves.
Oh yeah,
I mean, and you know what you're getting into, and that's the thing. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Hook, but he's just and he's got the skill set, but he's just a super telegraphed wrestler and very predictable.
Just like his dad.
Yeah,
oh,
it's just,
yeah, but his dad looked like a wrestler. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but Hook it looks like a punk teenage kid to me. He has no muscles on him. I mean, he could be Fuego del Sol for all we know without the mask on.
Right.
But
I think-
Fuego loses every match and Hook wins every match. Is that
See,
because
that-
he's Taz's kid, or what's the reason behind this?
that picture. You guys seen that picture of Hook with the stripper's face in his ass?
Yeah.
Oh god damn, it's so funny, dude.
Like
He's just like
in reality, okay, he's beating guys like QT Marshall, and he even beat one of the Bear Country guys, which he's a big dude. But where's in reality, who's Hook gonna beat down the line? Is he gonna beat CM Punk? Is he gonna beat if he becomes a face? Is he gonna beat MJF? I mean, come on, nobody would believe it. You
He just
talk
got-
about Adam Cole being skinny, and you don't buy Adam Cole. Are you gonna buy Hook?
I don't buy Hook.
All right.
I don't buy him. Like I said, I think his moves are telegraphed. I think I'm not really a Hook fan. I mean, he's okay, but it's like, let's get a junior title. Let's get a cruiserweight title, in there, and maybe
Yeah.
he can wrestle with those other little tiny guys, that, I mean, I'm not a fan. But anyways, this match, again, nothing special other than everything that we see from Hook every week, right?
Yeah.
Like just the same telegraphed fucking moves over and over. Next match, obviously my favorites, the House of Black, which I fucking love, versus the Death Triangle, which was cool. So we got to see Eric Redbeard come back, who used to be in the Wyatt family. It was a pretty good match. Little clunky.
Yeah,
They're
big guys in the ring.
big
Makes
boys.
sense.
Big boys, but but anytime you're gonna get Alistair in the ring, Buddy Matthews or Buddy, and fucking Pentagon and what I would call him, Pac,
Fuck, yeah.
the bastard.
The bastard.
They're gonna put on a good show.
Good bastard.
The
I,
bastard.
I think they even called Redbeard. I think they called him Rowan a couple times during the match. I think JR might have called him Rowan.
They're rolling. Yeah. But really good matches. You got curb stomps. You got a lot of near falls setting up, and Redbeard. He got a 2-on-1 with Matthews and Black, and he's about to choke slam, and then he got the black mist in his face, which allowed King to hit Redbeard with a really nice pile driver. Few awkward spots, mostly involving Redbeard though.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Redbeard is the one who kind of was a little out of place in that one. But the rest of them flowed really good. I like what they're doing with the House of Black. I'm hoping they'll bring in a chick pretty soon, which would be cool. But we'll see what happens. But man, it was really fucking cool to see Buddy Matthews fucking in there again, fucking shit up. Guy's awesome. He is awesome. It's like
And he's ripped now. Like he's really ripped.
Fuck, dude. He looks like a fucking action figure. Jesus Christ. Good match altogether. House of Black. They're on a streak. I'd like to see them do something. You know, but again, how they got to stop this little thing that they're doing with you know, the death triangle. Let's move on. You know, let's
Yeah.
move on to something else.
Phoenix is hurt. He gonna be out for a while.
Yeah, he busted his arm up.
Yep.
So that's the end of the pre-show, and then you go on to the main card, which you have your Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. Um, it's okay. I'm not really an Eddie Kingston fan.
What?
What?
Oh, how can you not be? The guy's fucking awesome. He's
I mean,
he's every man. Like, come on.
I'm not saying like I'm not saying that like I'm not saying he sucks and he is every man.
And he's Latino.
What does that mean? I'm supposed to fucking like
Yeah.
him?
Yeah. What does that have to
I'm
do
just
with
messing
anything?
with you.
I know. But I don't know. I mean, him and Jericho. I'm not saying I'm not a huge Kingston fan. He's just kind of blah for me, you know. And
Oh.
They
I
put on
get
a hell of a match.
they did. It was a decent match. So you know, and I was really surprised that I mean, it was a huge pop, you know, for Chris Jericho and him, but you know, it was a good match for the most part, and Kingston caught a couple spinning back kick fists on him,
Yeah.
and he fucking got him in the stretch plum, right? Wasn't that
Yeah.
the stretch? And he had a fucking tap, and Jericho did the right thing there. He did. He did the right thing by putting Kingston over. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Eddie needed that win super big.
He did, because he's like he said, he came out on Dynamite a few nights later and said, "I've lost to this guy, I've lost to that guy, I've lost to this guy, I've lost to that guy, and I fucking finally beat Jericho." So that was really cool. Um,
And he dropped Jericho on his head too right away. That first move.
yeah,
He dropped him right on his head. Luckily, Jericho was okay.
yeah.
Who is
So
also in like really good shape again. Like he got himself in really good shape. He was fat for a while there, but
after
he
everybody
looks good now.
after everybody got on him after the halftime on NBA, he hurried up and got his ass in the gym and got himself back into shape.
I was reading he had a little bit of a health scare. They didn't say what, but he
yeah,
did he did slim down. So I don't know if he went back to DDP and got back on that program or not, but he looked good. I mean, he did it quick, whatever he
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
yeah. He lost a lot of weight, man. Dropped a lot of body fat. You could see his abs again. He looks better. You know, I like that in my Jericho. You know, looking slender, looking good, man. He can move better in the ring. He's not clunky. He's not, and you know, because it was kind of embarrassing to see him do some moonsaults, and
Hmm.
you know, it was like, you know, but he's looking good. So yeah, you got Eddie Kingston. Chris Jericho refused to shake his hand, which sets up for, you know, what happened at Dynamite. But that was a decent match, man. It was nice to see Eddie Kingston win. And then we go next into our AEW Tag Team Championship. Three Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks. I like the story that they're telling here. You got Adam Cole kind of in the middle between Red Dragon and and the Young Bucks, like the buddy in between the two, but they're both rivals and they both clearly don't like each other. That's some fun storytelling going on. But I went into this match thinking to myself, we're gonna definitely see Jungle Boy and the Jurassic Express win Luchasaurus on this one. I kind of called it right away. Um, all in all, it was a really good match. I did point something out because both my sons were really big fans of the what were they called in AEW? Um, the Adam Cole and the Red Dragon. What were they called in AEW? Or no, I'm sorry, in
Undisputed
NXT.
Era.
Yeah, Undisputed Era. My son's like, man, the guys from Undisputed Era looking a little out of shape. But yeah, so it was a pretty cool match. High spots, everything that you would expect out of a match from all three of these guys, or all six of these guys. Um, I liked the match. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good.
It
was
was
damn good
But
high
match.
flying.
is it
Um,
me or Jurassic Express kind of getting a little stale?
no, not yet.
Guess it's just me.
Yeah,
Because I
not
don't
yet.
know. I
Not
Not
don't
yet.
yet.
know.
They
Because
will.
they haven't had the title but for so long, and this
I
is like their second or third defense.
I know. It's
Oh,
just something that feels like they're just flat. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Jungle Boy to me is getting better. He hit a shooting star press on Kyle O'Reilly,
I'm not saying
and
they're not good. I just feel like there's just something missing right now with their championship. Maybe it's Marco's stunt not being there running around with
yeah,
them. I don't know.
yeah,
Feels like something's missing.
yeah.
But
I don't know.
yeah, they're setting this up between the Bucks and Red Dragon pretty good because when Omega returns, he's going to confront Cole, and then I think they're going to be the Undisputed Era is going to be back together against the Elite, is what I'm looking at for the summer.
Yeah,
yeah.
great match. Great match. A lot of back and forth, a lot of pins, a lot of kickouts, a lot of almosts. It was a great match to watch. They really put on a good match. Um, so you had that. They retained their titles, which sets up for more a little feuding between the Young Bucks and Red Dragon. Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Wardlow versus Christian Cage. Face of the Revolution Matter Latch. Cage was the first man to
Matter
involve a
Latch.
ladder. Matter Latch. Ladder match.
I couldn't let that one go by.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, man. I mean, again, big boys in this
Mhm.
match, and there was some really funny moves from. I liked how Orange Cassidy stood on the back of who was it, Keith Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two of them. They're like, what the fuck? That was really cool. Keith Lee's a fucking mountain of a man.
Mhm.
Ricky Starks is great. A lot of high spots again from the smaller guys. I
They
think
had all the right people in the ring for this match to counteract with each other. The big guys and the small guys. So that was very balanced, even though Orange Cassidy got fucked up at one
Yeah,
he
he
did.
point.
did. Yeah, he's
I
gonna
think
be out. He's gonna be out for a while.
he's legit hurt. Wardlow and Hobbs ripped the ladder in half.
Yeah, that was a cool spot.
Yeah, and they kind of beat up Keith Lee a little bit with that ladder,
Oh, Hobbs turned on him.
and then shortly after, Starks nearly had the match won when Danhausen jumped into the ring to interfere, knocking him from the ladder, cursing him.
Does he wrestle? Or is that all he does?
He wrestles for real, but that
His
I mean,
foot is messed up at the moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's hurt. He's
I
still
mean, he's funny. I like him, but I've never seen him wrestle before. So
yeah. That and then the last move, Wardlow hit that power bomb on Starks off the
On
ladder
the
on top of
ladder.
another. Yeah, that was
That shit
fucking
look rough.
yeah.
yeah, especially
And
Starks already had neck problems before.
yeah, but then so Wardlow is now won the face of the Revolution, and he got the brass ring. Uh, some great moves in this match. A little sloppy. They seemed a little out of place. So they lost a little of their choreography in the match, but all in all, it was a pretty decent match.
Yep.
And then we go to the AEW TBS Championship match: Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti, and we got to see some kisses. Jade.
That shit was funny as hell.
Tell you what, Jade came out looking like $1,000,000, like she always does, wearing the Jade outfit from Mortal Kombat, which is really cool. And Cargill, um, yeah, they went at it. It was a pretty decent match, and I mean, come on, Anna Jay's a way better wrestler than Cargill. It doesn't mean that I
You mean
don't.
Ty Conti?
Ty Conti, sorry, what the fuck am I fucking this all up, bro? So Ty Conti's a way better wrestler than fucking Cargill. Anna Jay came down to the ring and ran some interference for her best friend. And Cargill took a fucking steel chair to the face.
That shit look rough.
Yeah, that was a good one, dude. That
Yeah,
Yeah.
was a good.
she is getting better, but she's still real green. Like how long are they gonna go with this undefeated streak?
They
20,
say
you know.
they say they trying to build her up like Goldberg, so she probably
Ugh.
gonna be like 178 by the time she lose that title or some shit.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Cargill did show a little bit more than her normal TV matches. She pulled off some different moves. That frog splash at the end was fucking money. I'd say that was a pretty good frog splash.
No, she's getting there. She just
Yeah.
needs some more work, but she's getting there.
And
But
you
it
can tell she's not scared to try stuff in the ring, even though sometimes it might fuck up once. Then the next time she have a match, it'll look better when
and
she
she's
do the move again.
and she's not getting that super heel heat because like Britt and all the rest of those girls get, because she's not really cheating to win. She's been winning these club matches clean, if you've noticed. And which is good. So that's kind of giving the crowd to respect her a little bit more. So I see what they're doing. But then you got, again, the other chicks, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So all in all, a good match. It was kind of a short match, but I don't know. But then we got the fucking next match. MJF versus CM Punk in the dog collar match. I'll tell you what, man. First things first, again, CM. Okay, so what is it? Match started off with Punk's music hitting and to be cut off by MJF's music, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's booing. Just MJF's got to get that heel heat, and then Punk entered to his old Ring of Honor. Now was he wearing his Ring of Honor, old school Ring of Honor gear? He walked into his old song, Miseria Cantare from this band AFI. And I like that song, or I like that band. So I was like, what? I geeked out during that. And even my wife, who doesn't like watching wrestling, I said, babe, come and look at this. She watched it. And she's like, oh, I got to go listen to that album now. She's like, oh. So this is pre WWE days on Punk's end when he's on the independent scene. Yeah, just kind of the standard choking and yanking with the fucking chain.
Beating the hell out of each other with the chain and all kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, yep. And then Punk's face opened up from the same cuts that he had from the week before. So a fucking bloodbath on Punk again. Right?
Yep.
That was really good. MJF grabbed a microphone and did the whole pop, pop, pop on the head and telling him to fucking quit the microphone. And he fucking he fucking did a go to sleep on him. And to the well, MJF did counter with a go to sleep into the salt of the earth arm bar, but he had trouble locking it in because he had an injured hand that Punk stopped earlier into the match, which is really cool. But a very brutal match, and we got tacks, so that was fucking insane. Both of them hit the tacks, and then we got two stories come out of this match. Obviously, Punk. MJF calls for Wardlow to come to the ring, and he said he couldn't find his diamond ring, so he could knock out Punk. And then Punk, it was kind of a distraction, so Punk had to go to sleep on MJF, and then Wardlow miraculously found the ring, and he left it on the apron for Punk, and Punk knocked out MJF with the punch while wearing the ring.
You missed one of the most important parts of the match. They used thumbtacks too.
Well, yeah, no, I mentioned
he said that.
Where you been, Willis?
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Willis.
But yeah, MJF spit in Punk's face. And man, perfect fucking old school dog collar match, man. Really good. Fucking brutal. We gotta not only hopefully see this chapter close between them two guys. We can move on. And I'm thinking what's gonna happen is obviously we're gonna go into some type of Wardlow MJF feud because Wardlow is red hot right now.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
we already know what's gonna happen on next week. MJF gonna cost Wardlow the TNT Championship, and that's how they're gonna start their feud going into the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I think I watched the after the pay-per-view scrum that they always have they talk to the reporters and shit. And Punk mentioned that he'd like to go for the the AEW title and all that. I think he might actually win it, and then they'll revisit the MJF feud, and that's how MJF's going to get his hands on the championship. He's going to beat Punk and not the Cowboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Fucking, he would be a fucking monster heel, bro. Oh, they would hate him.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
great. I mean, he's fantastic at everything he does. He plays the gimmick. It's in real life too. So he's really old school, and he can wrestle, and he makes people hate him, and that's really it's really good.
so next we got our Thunder Rosa and DMD match. Um, again, we got into this earlier. I don't. I think there's a combination of things going on right now. I think the chemistry between these two kind of might be gone a little bit, and I feel like Thunder Rosa's hurt. Britt Baker's kind of stale bread right now, guys. I mean, I'm just not. I as much as I like her, it almost even seems like her passion in for in the ring, and her passion, she seems kind of bored. You know what I
The
mean?
problem is with Britt Baker is most of her title matches, when she wins the same way. So that's what makes it feel stale. It's always some kind of interference from the other
Yeah,
two girls.
yeah. Where the fuck was Mercedes Martinez? They could
Mm-hmm.
have had her come out at least and took out Reba or something. Like, it was ridiculous the amount of interference, and nobody came out to help Thunder Rosa. I
Twice
mean,
she had her. Twice she had her tapping. She had her pinned once and tapping a second time, and both distractions. Um, it was just kind of a back and forth. Um, you know, uh, Rosa once Rosa got sick and tired of being fucking distracted by Rebel, she got out of the ring and beat her ass. Um, and you know, basically, um, Rosa, that was her downfall, right? And then Hater was the only one to be hit by a stomp, and then she slid back into the ring, and then and this is how she was able to score a pinfall. And the match didn't really, it just didn't hit. They just didn't hit their stride. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
They didn't.
yeah.
It was weird. It was just a very clunky, weird match. Um, and it was a little bit of a disappointment, coming
Well,
out of these two ladies.
we had that bloodbath that they had on TV that kind of set the bar for them too, and it's
Yeah.
hard to match that. I mean, the match was spectacular.
Well, right. I mean, and you got to take it back to. Do you remember back in the day when you had like Sasha and fucking and Bailey fucking tear the house down at an NXT one time, and it was just like, okay, these girls got some fucking chemistry, and then you get, it just, you felt like these two ladies had some chemistry, but something's going on. Whether, like you said, either Thunder Rosa's injured, something's going on, but not a very good match. As much as I love Thunder Rosa, man, like it just kind of, ugh. And then, so which sets up, she got to fight Layla Hirsch, and Layla Hirsch lost her number one spot, and so now we're gonna get, was it next week? We're gonna get Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker again in a steel match in Thunder Rosa's hometown.
In a steel
Steel
cage, yep.
cage.
Yep.
In
And
her
this,
hometown. So yeah, she's definitely gonna win unless she's too injured to do the match. She's definitely gonna win that match, and
and
you'll get your wish.
I hope so. She deserves it.
Yeah.
Thunder, and it's again, I just want Thunder Rosa or Britt Baker to go away for a while. I
I
want to
like
miss her.
I like though that they don't play hot potato with the championship, unlike the other federation.
Oh my god.
Like they gave it to Baker. She had it for a year now.
Almost a
Mm-hmm.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they don't just hot shot the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the beginning they had that little Joshi woman as the champion, and I never bought her as a champion because she was like 4'2" and beating people like Nyla Jax and Nyla Rose, and like this is no fucking way. Like, Nyla Rose should have been built as the person to be the first champion. She should have held that title for a long time, and then have somebody like Thunder Rosa come in and beat her. and make a big name out of her. But Nyla Rose, she's pretty much a nobody now, right? I mean, she never wins anything.
I haven't
It's
seen
like,
her in a minute.
yeah, like she just doesn't win anything. So
She's
I love that they keep the title on somebody for a while, like they do.
yeah, that's fine. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll shake it up again. We need a shake up with that,
Oh
And
yeah, they're going. It's not. Hopefully, it's going to happen. There's no way it's not happening.
I'd
If
like
if
to
Thunder Rosa doesn't win, they're going to lose a lot of fans because a lot of fans wanted her to win Sunday. So
Right.
I'd like to
and
see and Deanna Peruzzo, man. She's fucking awesome, bro.
well, she got to go to AEW first.
Not Deanna, but who's doing the fucking isn't it Deanna? Wait, who's doing the fucking why am I forgetting her name? Who's doing the 5-minute fucking challenge shit?
You talking about
Uh-huh.
Serena Deeb?
Serena
Serena
Deeb.
Deeb. Why am I keep on saying Deanna Peruzzo? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I love her, but I don't think they're going to put a championship on her.
She's a badass. Anyways, next match, Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. It's everything we wanted and more. Striking, chops, running kicks, clotheslines, brawling, people getting busted open.
Brian
Uh,
being Brian.
Brian being Brian, yeah, which is, I mean, the guy's having one of the best runs of his fucking career right now.
Yep.
And as well as Moxley. This is everything I fucking wanted out of a match and more. These guys fucking obviously have an awesome fucking chemistry together. They picked up the crowd after the letdown of the match before the crowd went into a lull. You know what I mean? They were a little asleep. And really fucking good match, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Moxley was able to hit the shock pin, rolling into a choke pin, and he flipped it back, and Daniel's shoulders hit the mat, and Daniel hit Moxley with a kick, and then we make the way for William Regal to make his AEW pay-per-view debut, breaking up a fight because Moxley won by rolling him up on his shoulders and fucking when he wasn't supposed to, which was good. It was great to see. I'm glad Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, whatever, fucking lost. Not because I hate the guy, but hey, it kind of like it took him down a peg, like because he was kind of on a hot streak, just beating the fuck out of people.
Yeah, he's not afraid to lose because it won't hurt him.
He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that don't need a title.
Yeah,
He's like
he
he's
can
at that
lose.
he's at that level. He doesn't need a title.
He
But
doesn't care anymore. He can just get in the ring and wrestle. That's all he wants to do is get in the ring and wrestle. Like he want to wrestle. That's why he left WWE because they kept on holding him. So he wanted to go someplace where he can actually really hit people and really take some real hits. So that's why he left. And that's why he's showing off the way he's been showing off since he came to AEW.
So Regal makes his way down to the ring, breaks up a little bit more after match fighting, slapping both of the men, which is really cool. Get your shit together. And makes them both shake hands. And it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool to see William Regal steal the show a little bit. You know what I mean? Come in there because everybody popped for him huge. It was good to see him in there. And he's kind of he's kind of putting a new layer into the storyline between them two guys, as we saw on Wednesday night as well. People are speculating that they're going to kind of start a 4 horseman type of stable and just be this dominant fucking force. You know what I mean? Because you got the inner circle breaking up. You got the what else? The Pinnacle's pretty much breaking up, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They fired Tully. Wardlow left. There's no more Pinnacle. I mean, so anyways, it would be cool to see them two start kind of a really fucking dominant fucking stable. But so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that was a good match. Moxley's defeats Bryan Danielson, and then we got the Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and the was it the Hardy Family Office
You forgot one person.
The
Oh,
Andrade
Andrade Hardy.
Hardy family office.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
And
AHFO.
Sting!
Right?
I mean, it was a good match, but come on, let's fucking get to the crazy moment.
Oh, 63 years old this guy is. And he jumped off of a balcony through 3 fucking tables.
Yep.
And it looked like he hit his head on one of the tables too. Because he didn't take out the middle of the table. He kind of landed near the edge of the table.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like he hit his head on the way through one of the tables. The guy's 63 years old. He's wrestling like he's 20.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, he
It's
looks
great.
incredible.
It's great.
He was doing when I was at the show a couple of weeks ago, he jumped off the damn stage and fell through the damn table. Damn Sting. I got a rant.
Okay.
They trying to bring back Stone Cold Steve Austin for WrestleMania. That motherfucker got
He's
2
not going to
bad
wrestle.
knees, a bad neck. What the fuck point they gonna have him?
He's not wrestling, Willis.
I know he's not wrestling, but why drag his ass out if all he gonna do is just stun
Because
somebody?
people will go fucking bananas for that.
I know, but
I'm,
it's
I'm, I'm
fucking
calling it right now. Kevin Owens is going to go out to the ring. He's going to call Stone Cold out for his KO show. And HBK is going to come out. Booker's going to come out. JBL is going to come out. And Austin's going to come out. They're all going to hit their move. And then Austin's going to hit the stunner to end it. It's going to be like they did to Heath Slater. And they're all from Texas. And he's been shitting on Texas. So
yeah.
that's what's going to happen. And the crowd's going to go bananas for it because they got to see Shawn Michaels do a super kick again. And anytime Austin shows up on TV, the crowd goes crazy. So why
Yeah.
not? Why wouldn't they? I
Well,
mean,
because they desperate, because they
yeah,
can't.
of course, but I
But
mean, they're in Texas. I mean, it makes sense that you would have the biggest star ever in the business show up in his hometown.
right, but it's
I mean,
just it's just pitiful, especially when you see Sting for the past year wrestling in matches like this. And
Sting, let me tell you something. Fucking Sting is having the time of his goddamn life. Goddamn, I mean, I'm not jealous of people, but damn, I'm jealous of that guy. Like, he's over. He's coming out. Him and Darby Allin are teamed up together. His music, people are popping for him. His shirts are selling. I mean, he does his Sting moves, but he's still getting it. And
yeah,
everybody loves the guy. Everybody loves the guy.
he's a genuinely a good guy in real life too.
He is, and you know what I like about it? Like he's not scared to fucking shake things up. He comes out with different face paint. You know, and the team up between him and Darby Allin, it's like the old man versus the young man type of thing. But it's like, god damn, it's so fucking cool, man. And I every time I see Sting, and maybe it's because I'm just a big kid at heart, but just every time I'm just so happy for the guy, man. The way WWE treated him, fucking
yes,
Seth fucking Rollins hurted him with these fucking high spot moves.
I'm
Like,
still mad at Seth with that shit. I lost all respect with Seth after that shit with him and Sting.
More pissed
yeah,
off with Triple H making him lose at WrestleMania.
yeah.
You know. But I read an article, an interview with Sting, and he said when he first came back, he told Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes, he's like, I don't know how much I can give you here, and they were like, we'll do the theatrical matches, and he was like, oh well, that's cool, I can handle that, and then I guess Cody talked to Sting after, and he's like, dude, like you're like killing it right now. He's like, I believe you, I believe in you, and I think you can still do some great things. So that gave Sting the confidence to actually, come back for his first real match, other than that theatrical match that they did. And I mean, look at the guy; it's incredible. It really is. Like
I
63 fucking years old, you wouldn't know it.
I would like to see, and this is a pipe dream, but I would love to see before Sting says, "Hey, Tony Khan, I'm retiring in 6 months. I'm done. My contract's up." I would love to see him just have one fucking title run, just a heavyweight title run, even if it's just it would be so fucking cool just to see that, and then retire the title. I mean, that's just a fan fiction type of fucking thing, but goddamn, dude, I'm so happy for the guy, and every time I see him, it's like I fucking in the real world right now? Man, I grew up watching Sting. I remember when Sting disappeared during the whole NWO angle, and he come back as the Crow, and you know, and then I sat with him through his whole Joker gimmick in TNA, you know, which was still cool, you know. I mean, like, but I fucking love the guy, and it's like if there's one wrestler that I'm really happy for that's doing it right at his age is him.
I mean, I was around for his whole career, like
basically same here.
Except for when he was with Ultimate Warrior in the little leagues, like when he first showed up in WCW, like I was there watching it all, like so you saw him come in, and begin his career, and to still see him going on, it's really, really, really amazing.
Yeah.
So we hit he hits the balcony dive, and we could hit the scorpion death drop and the coffin drop, and we get the win.
even though damn Darby Allin missed the whole damn coffin drop.
Yeah, he hit him with his head a little bit, but
goddamn,
Hardy was not in the right spot.
How about that fucking move, Sammy Guevara and one of the private party guys off that fucking top sign?
Yeah, he does a crazy move every match too, Guevara.
He's gonna that was a good one. So, great fucking match. Love Sting. AEW World Championship final match: Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole.
Baby
comes dressed out in his what is it? His
it's a Halo
gear,
and
which
that
I
shit
like.
Look crappy.
Yeah, I thought he looked stupid. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Like Jade Cargill, her outfit was for some video game too, and she looked cool, but I didn't like Adam Cole's look. I thought it was kind of childish.
I mean, as much as people, and including myself, talk shit on Cole.
Yeah. Well, you moved on to his girlfriend now, so she's your newest target.
I mean, the guy can move. The guy can put on a match. I'll give it to him.
He's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
He is. He's great. I mean, he's just not big.
But he's getting there. He's in better shape now. I'll admit he was out of shape when he got there, but
he was tiny.
Yeah, he's getting in shape now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, people say he's small. They have no problem with Mysterio. They have no problem with Jungle Boy's not much bigger than him.
Let me tell you, but I don't know. But Mysterio's fucking huge. Even though as small as he is, he's a big dude still.
Yeah.
Mysterio. Let me tell you, my wife, she used to do massage. Don't make no jokes, but she used to do massages at a.
Don't make no jokes.
She used to do massages at a boxing gym here in Albuquerque, and when WCW was in town, all the Mexican wrestlers went down there because they had a gym in there too for lifting weights. And Mysterio was in there, and she said that dude was fucking pushing 4 plates on each side, just benching it. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh no, he's muscular, but
he's just short as shit.
He's tall as me. Excuse me, I'm fucking having an allergy attack. God damn. It's fucking New Mexico weather. New Mexico is the worst this time of year for fucking allergies, by the way.
It's fucking 85, 90 degrees all this week, and then Sunday it's going to be 35 with the wind chill. They don't make any sense.
Crazy weather.
We got blooming I don't know, something's blooming here in the desert that don't like me. Ugh. Like having my nose. I feel like there's something inside my nose tickling it.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
Yeah. So my eyes are running.
When your throat's like that too.
Yeah. So so we got the Adam Cole versus Adam Page match. Good match through and through. There's some near falls in the match and a couple of big more moves from Page. He was setting up some more big moves, and then Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly run to the ringside for some distraction. This, Cole hits Page with the Panama Sunrise, and they do some more distractions. And we think, oh fuck, they're gonna fuck him out of the title. They're gonna fuck him out of the title, right? And but Paige was able to kick out of a lot of these fucking cheap moves from the heels in the match, and after all this happens, the Dark Order finally comes to the ringside to help out in chasing off Red Dragon, and this allows the buckshot lariat to hit Cole, and second buckshot was enough to hit Cole, and Page hit a few super kicks of his own, but Page and Cole, eventually we saw who won. Adam Hangman Page won. So I don't know. There's a lot of false finishes in this match, a lot of distractions. They put on a lot of, pretty good show, a lot of back and forth, definitely built up some suspense in the match. Had us at the end of our sheet because I didn't know who would walk away from this match, to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't, but
I was going in with the match. I was kind of thinking that maybe they might put the belt on Cole because it was a possibility going in that they might do it just because I know that Adam Page, some people don't really care for him, but I don't know why, because he's a great wrestler. I guess the character needs to evolve a little bit more. What they need to do is get him away from the goddamn Dark Order. I think they
Well,
need to
that's
get rid
starting to
of the.
happen.
Yeah, that's starting to happen. But they need to really. I think they need to get rid of Dark Order. Period. That's just me.
Like during the match when all those other guys came out and the Dark Order came out, he grabbed John Silver, is it? One of
Yeah.
them. Grabbed one of them and threw him, and he threw him right at the Red Dragon. So I thought maybe he was just like go beat him up, but I was like, what the fuck? Like he just grabbed him and threw him like he was mad at him. And then on Dynamite, he apologized to him, even though the guy was still pissed off. So
Right.
it looks like they're gonna break them up, and maybe Dark Order is gonna turn, and then they're gonna bring Bray Wyatt in, maybe.
the Dork
Bray,
Order.
Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt is making a movie. I don't think he's gonna be wrestling no time soon.
He's coming to AEW, Willis. He's coming.
Well,
matter of time.
some of the guys that we thought would come to AEW decided to start their own fucking
Well,
Fingal Hall promotion.
I didn't think any of those guys were gonna. I didn't think they were gonna hire Braun Strowman. He's worthless.
The Control Your Narrative crew.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that all about?
EC3 can't catch a break, that guy, but
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good, but he can't catch a break.
So
But yeah, I liked it.
all in all, pay-per-view for me wasn't a knock out of the park. I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst pay-per-view, but it was okay.
You're insane.
You
No,
crazy.
No, I'm
you're
not
insane.
saying. Well, if we're gonna do 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, I'm gonna do a 9 out of 10 on the
No,
pay-per-view.
I'm not even gonna go that high at 9 out of 10. But the way you're talking like it's a shitty pay per view.
I didn't say it was.
Now you say a 9 out of 10. I mean, come on, man.
Well, yeah, you gotta let me finish. You gotta let me finish my fucking.
You drive me insane.
Could you imagine would be married to me? Fuck.
Oh God, no.
No,
No.
I'd be fucking you every night.
we get along real well.
Your little ass would be falling out.
We get along real well, me and my wife. But anyways, fast forward to a little bit of great pay-per-view, by the way. I'm not going to say it wasn't. The women's matches were a little for me, but the rest of them were real. It was a solid fucking show. So fast forward to Rampage. I'm not going to go over everything in Rampage, just some of the big things that happened, the big changes that happened. Wardlow, the Tully Blanchard's fired. Wardlow fucking finally cut a fucking long ass promo, which the guy can talk.
Yeah.
So we're setting that up. He's no longer a part of fucking. He's like left them. Inner Circle is done. Now we have the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society.
He's already got a shirt. There's already a shirt.
Yeah. Which, you know what? I like all those guys. I mean, obviously, Hager ain't gonna do nothing because he's a part timer. But you got the other two guys in 2.0 and Danny Garcia, which I fucking hate 2.0, but for all the right reasons. They're just those fucking worthless heels that I fucking hate.
Yeah.
You know?
It was funny. 2 weeks ago, he's calling them big head, and
Swaghead.
now they're on the
Blockhead.
same
Your
team
head's
together.
yeah.
But you're blowing over this shit really quick. One, the Tully Blanchard being fired came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what's going on with that? Is his contract up? Is he bringing his daughter in?
No.
Like, what is going on?
What
Nobody
is
wants to
going
work with his
on
daughter.
is that They fired Tully because FTR wants to bring in Bret Hart as their manager.
What? Where'd you hear that?
You didn't hear? You ain't hear about that?
You heard
No,
it here,
no,
folks.
nobody that I've listened to or read is talking about that. Where'd you hear that?
Dax Harwood tweeted Bret Hart as Bret Hart. What are you doing now?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. So they don't even, he didn't even like got it in yet and they already fired the dude? Like,
Yep. They say they gonna bring in Bret around the time they gonna do the on Hart tournament.
oh yeah, that makes sense. But
So
all
they gonna that's who gonna be
Their new
FTR's
manager.
new manager is gonna be Bret Hart sooner or later.
right. So what happens with Tully? Is he done?
He done. Yep, he done.
He
They
gonna?
fired him. He done.
No, I mean, is he gone from AEW? Is he gonna do another team?
I think he's probably gone from AEW because a lot of people's contracts are running up around March and April.
Him and Arn should get together again.
Oh,
And then, well, all right. So we
my
went with
battery's
that.
my battery's dying. Hold on, my battery.
My battery. What are you podcasting on? A phone?
Oh, my fucking computer. Hold on.
Oh, you doing it on a laptop?
Uh oh. Shit.
Anyway, so yeah. Then what else did he say? The Pinnacle pretty much broke up.
Yeah.
There was no MJF on the show after Wardlow's thing, but he's still under contract to MJF. So he's basically said he wants to be done with it with them. Let's call it done and over with. And that's not going to happen.
Right.
So definitely MJF is going to cost Wardlow the championship next week because they're not going to put it on Sky for 1 week and let him lose. If that's the case, then just have Sammy Guevara lose to Wardlow.
Right. That would make no sense. And
Yeah.
if they did that, the internet is gonna start going crazy, just like how they did with
Yeah.
Big E and them.
Paige Van Zant signed a title, signed a contract to join AEW, and that was pretty cool. She beat down Tay Conte, who was on top of Sammy Guevara at the end, and she signed the contract on Tay Conte's ass, which is
I
kind
was sitting there laughing at
of.
that.
So yeah, Pinnacle's done. We had
Got the
the
Hardy Boys
Jericho
back.
family together, the Hardy Boys, and they got the original Hardy Boys music. I just read right now that Tony Khan bought the rights to that song. WWE didn't own it. It's been used in commercials and stuff besides the Hardy Boys using it.
Yeah.
And he also has the rights to Bob Holly and Crash Holly's song they used when they came out. I guess he bought a bunch of songs when he bought the rights to the Hardy Boys soundtrack song.
Yeah. That soundtrack was public domain, and most of those songs were already on the album. So that's how Tony Khan got it.
So that's cool because if he would have came out to pretty much any other song, the crowd might not have known it was him. But once those familiar bars hit, hello.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Fine, I handled it.
We're still recording, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking record from a laptop, and the way it's plugged in, it wasn't plugged in all the way. Anyways. Yeah, man. Where were we at?
We hit on Wardlow while you were gone. We hit on the Hardys being reunited.
How'd they get that music?
It was a Tony Khan bought the rights. It was I guess WWE didn't own the rights to it, so because that song was being used in commercials and other things as well, and I guess WWE just paid to use it for the Hardy Boys, but they didn't own it. He also bought the rights to the Crash Holly and Bob Holly's song. I don't know if you heard me say that.
I didn't know that.
I don't know who he's gonna use that for, but I don't think he's gonna be bringing back Bob Harley. But
so here's the thing. I mean, they did some like I said, they did some resets, man, which I fucking was really happy about.
Yep.
Let's keep it fresh.
I think Revolution is going to be every year. They go right around WrestleMania, and usually after WrestleMania is when WWE resets. So probably Revolution will be their reset times.
When's WrestleMania?
The
April.
second and the third.
So let's plan on doing a show after that, and we'll fucking talk about shitty WrestleMania.
Yeah, 2 fucking nights. 2
Yeah.
fucking nights for no reason whatsoever. It feels like WWE is giving everybody a trophy just because they've been working there. So everybody gotta have a match on WrestleMania.
They don't care, bro, as long as they're making money.
Well, we know that. And the bad thing about it is they making money. It's not even off of the ticket sales. It's not even really off of the wrestling itself. It's more off of the business deals that they're doing with other companies and
exactly
and the blood money they're getting from Saudi Arabia, of course.
There you have it.
I'm just waiting for it to come out that Saudi Arabia been helping Putin with some of his damn war shit, and then that shit traced back to WWE as well. So they all get fucked over all at once, so I can laugh my ass off.
Dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, guys, I gotta cut it loose.
Well, let me say one more thing before we end.
Go ahead.
I give the pay-per-view probably like an 8 out of 10. Some of the matches were good, some were bad, some of them dragged a little bit, but they were still pretty good. I just wish they would go and start at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, because they always run till midnight or after. And on Sunday night, most people got to work the next morning. It's kind of rough to stay up till midnight or later to watch a pay-per-view. So
well, and you also got to, but you got to consider this, which is really weird. So on the West Coast, they start at 5 o'clock. My time, they start at 6 o'clock. But your time, they start at 8 o'clock. Yeah. It's fucking insane.
But WWE starts at 7, and there's never been an issue. So there's no reason why they can't start their show at 7.
Right. Yep. I agree.
You know, WWE for years has started their pay-per-views at 7 o'clock, and it's not an issue. The pre-shows at 6. I mean, WrestleManias were running till midnight, but they were 5-hour shows.
Yeah.
But now that's why they're doing 2 nights, so they don't have to do 5-hour shows in one night. But
yeah. So there you have it, man. Good. What did you rate it, Willis?
I give it a 9 out of 10, because at least, well, if I had paid for it, I would have been really, really happy with it. It's better than anything that they put on the other shows as pay-per-view wise, because it's only like once every 3 or 4 months. It's not like we get a pay-per-view every other week. So that what makes a big difference.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's worth it. Like the other, if I had to buy WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or whatever, I'd be pissed.
I wouldn't buy it. I would be
pissed.
I'd rent them from the video store 2 months later, like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, these shows are worth it. They're worth the money. The AEW right now, they're on fire. And these people who say the AEW sucks and all they are ex-WWE guys, they're not watching the show. I don't care. They're just Vince McMahon blowhards and.
Yeah, they don't know no better, because that's all they know is WWE. Like CM Punk said,
I mean,
on that scrum.
Dolph Ziggler is the fucking NXT champion now.
I know, right?
Why would you have the guy who just won it lose to Dolph Ziggler, only to have him win it again on WrestleMania weekend? This is the problem with WWE and their hot shot of the titles. Bobby Lashley had it, he lost it, then he won it back like a month later. It's like, why? And then he's lost it again because he got hurt. So it's so dumb.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, stupid Dana Brooke with the 24/7 championship.
Oh, I saw that dumb
it's
shit.
So dumb.
Oh,
all right, guys. We'll see you on the flip.
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be next time. I guess we'll be doing it after WrestleMania. So
thanks for calling.
If you guys have any questions or you want to comment on wrestling, leave it on the NFW Facebook page and
we're glad you're alive, Willis.
Or the Android virus page, and we'll answer it the next show. I mean, I put the call out there today, but nobody responded. So
thanks for living, Willis.
Yeah, I know, right?
I guess we won't be getting any more Wilfred Brimley jokes from Willis.
No more, no
No.
more juice and sodas for Willis.
Nope.
Straight water and fucking beer. Colt
Yeah.
45.
Not even beer, milk.
That beer costs more than his money. All right, buddy. On that note, thank you for listening. And this has been The Wrestling Show, brother.
You've been listening to the Intestinal Fortitude Podcast Network. Follow us on Twitter, I_Fortitude, or on Instagram, the Intestinal Fortitude. The Wrestling Show.
God damn it.
I started it.
What's up, fucker?
Fuckface, answer your phone. Oh, sorry.
Hey, I'm recording a podcast. What do you want?
Oh, sorry about that.
What?
Oh, shit. Oh, I was gonna come over, but I guess not.
Come over in a little over an hour.
Okay, later.
Hey.
Hey, what? Whoa.
How's your wife?
She's still Filipino, man, but she's on the Benadryl, so she's okay.
All right. Later. Bye.
Better when they're sleeping. Bye.
Better when they're sleeping.